You've pushed through everything your whole life. Stress, kids, deadlines, keeping the house in order. You've been superwoman on the outside, even if you didn't feel like it on the inside. But menopause now has your body pushing back. That baseline stress that was just normal for the superwoman version of you now has fluctuating hormones layered on top of it. And you just can't maintain all of it and still function the way you always have. The added stress of menopause on your body is just showing you how close to your stress threshold you've been operating. In this video, you'll see why forcing yourself to just get through it is backfiring, and you'll learn exactly what to do instead, especially if you want to do menopause without meds or HRT. I know that might seem impossible, but I see you because I've been there too. What came easily for you in the past isn't now, and you feel like you're failing. Deep down, you're afraid that if you stop, it's all gonna fall apart. But here's the deal, you're not failing. This is conditioning that you have to do it all and be it all. I grew up in the 70s and the 80s. We grew up when feminism was very new. We experienced and internalized the initial reactions of society. And those initial reactions were something like, you want to work outside the home? Okay, but you better also have dinner on the table and make sure the kids are taken care of. There's still this underlying tone. I still hear men talking about helping their wives, helping. Even women say, yeah, my husband helps me. The expectation is that it's the woman's responsibility, even if she works outside the home. If a single mom works full-time, she kind of is looked at negatively. And if a single dad has his kids all the time and works, wow, he's so impressive that he's doing that. Recognize the conditioning that you've been exposed to for your whole life. It is burrowed into your subconscious. It's stored in your body and your nervous system at a cellular level. This story that women must have it all together, it's a lie. You know that intellectually, and part of your body knows that it's a lie. That truth was built into your body and your nervous system at a cellular level from the day you were born, maybe before. So now your nervous system has this conflict. Menopause is waking you up to this lie. Your hormones are fluctuating, and bam, menopause is saying, hey, we gotta fix this conflict here. It wants you to stop living in a way that burns you out. So I'm gonna walk you through 3 steps to help you listen to your body and change the way you respond to the world and its expectations, not just on the outside, but on the inside. So you don't feel shame, you don't feel guilt, and you're not afraid. It's not increasing your stress, and it's not increasing the effects of menopause. It can actually help decrease those effects of menopause when you calm your nervous system this way. Step 1 to overcome this superwoman conditioning that's actually making menopause worse is to create this foundation of safety first, and then establish healthy boundaries. Now, when you create boundaries from an unsafe place, it's so easy to just slip back into overgiving and people pleasing. You're projecting this energy where your boundaries are constantly tested, and it always feels like this fight. But if you create this foundation of safety first, you're projecting an energy of strength and worth and value, and your boundaries are respected almost automatically. Sometimes you don't even have to say anything. You're cultivating this inner belief on a cellular level in your body that supports you through menopause in this really graceful way, that supports your nervous system. You're cultivating this inner cellular belief that I'm allowed to be how I am and feel how I feel and stop when my body tells me to without guilt or judgment. Your energy just exudes this, and it's integrated into your nervous system. When somebody asks you to do something, you would normally say yes just because you're on autopilot to say yes to people. Or when you see somebody who needs something that you could help with and you would normally just automatically volunteer, I want you to pause for 30 seconds instead. And I want you to ask yourself, what feels lighter for me in this moment? And then give yourself space to listen. Does it feel light thinking about saying yes? Or does it feel kind of heavy and contracting? Like, ooh, I'm probably going to regret this. Or, wow, I already have so much on my plate. Now, if it's light and it's a clean yes, then it's a yes. But if it's not a clean yes, it's a no. Now let's move to step 2. Make micro decisions on a regular basis to quiet your nervous system. It doesn't mean you have to turn your whole life upside down. Just make tiny tweaks consistently. Like, do something every day. And here's an idea for something you can do every single day. Just let that one last thing that you were going to do at the end of the day wait until tomorrow. How many times do you do that where you're like, I'm just going to do this one last thing, and next thing you know, it's 30 minutes or an hour or even 2 hours. That's time you can't get back, and it's time that's making you more tired and exhausted than you already were. But you also want to get it out of your head. So either write it on a post-it note, or better yet, schedule it on your calendar. That way your nervous system feels like it's done and it's complete. And with every micro decision that you make every single day, your brain actually starts to believe, okay, you don't have to do it all and be superwoman. The world's not falling apart because you said no to this one thing. Now, step number 3 is going to take you from pushing to being pulled forward. And that is to name what you're feeling and be honest. Stop pretending that everything's just fine and be honest, even if it's only with yourself. Now, ideally, in a perfect world, you're going to share this with the people in your life. You can share it gently. You can say, you know what? I'm actually feeling a little overwhelmed right now. Or you can say, I've actually been really stressed lately. Thanks for asking. And sometimes it's just as simple as that, getting it off your chest, and you're going to feel better. But even if you don't feel comfortable saying it to other people, be honest with yourself. Say it to yourself. Write it down. Say it out loud. Name what you're feeling and be honest. After you start integrating these 3 steps into your life on a regular basis, hopefully daily, making these micro decisions, something inside of you will click. Inside your nervous system, something's going to kind of shift, and you start to become this new version of you. Getting out of bed is easier. You don't need a full-on pep talk. You start looking at life like, I get to live my life, versus I gotta survive this day. You start going from the woman who copes by powering through to this sovereign woman who creates her life from a safe, grounded inner space of peace and calm. Think about what's going to be possible for you. You're going to feel more emotionally resilient and steady at work, at home, with friends, with family, regardless of what your hormones are doing. Emotional steadiness can actually calm your hormones. Small mistakes aren't going to trigger panic or shame like they might be now. You won't be afraid of being found out for not being the superwoman because you're not claiming to be anymore. You pause and you listen to your body in your inner wisdom instead of just automatically volunteering for everything. So you're not overextending yourself. You're not exhausting yourself so much that menopause puts you over the edge. You recover faster. You're going to default from this just do it to what do I need right now to feel safe and supported? And then you feel safe asking for help. And the effects of menopause just won't have the same hold on you. Does that sound like a shift you'd like to make? If you're ready to change that subconscious programming, what you need now is a path, a roadmap to support you so you're not guessing about what to do every day. If you want to actually start living this way, instead of just understanding it in your head, I've created this free 90-day holistic menopause roadmap that walks you through some specific micro decisions to support you in feeling more safe and emotionally steady. Use the link in the description to get the roadmap and join my email community, the Menopause Whisper, Primal Wisdom for the emotional side. You can unsubscribe to that anytime, but I don't know why you'd want to. In fact, subscribe here and hit the notification bell. The menopause strategies I'm sharing with you are only getting better.